Hello, everybody. This is Elizabeth. Of course, y'all know my routine. If you're in the replay game, it takes about 2 minutes. So, before I start with what I got to talk about, I hope y'all having a wonderful day. If y'all not, go back to bed and start over tomorrow, I guess. Hello, thank you for joining. Give me about one more minute, and then we're going to discuss. I hope y'all having a wonderful day. Thank y'all for joining in. It's going to be real quick. I hope y'all just give me about another 45 seconds and I will be on my way. Okay. All right. So I am so much ready. So I came across, I'm just going to get into it. So I just came across a video today and I kind of like this guy. So give it up to, if y'all haven't checked this guy out, his name is The Trey King Show. And he had an interesting story. So I had to take it upon myself to go and do like a little research of this story. And this story is like completely funny to me right now because I even look at like the outside of the story. So basically, this man divorced his wife in 1974. Like he completely divorced her. And she passed away in 2017. Now, this guy's been caught using the bathroom on her grave. Now, I'm looking at it like, darn, what kind of dislike, obsession does this person have to like really wake up in the morning? Like, this is like wee hours of the morning. Him, his wife, they get in the car, and every morning he goes visit her grave and he used the bathroom. And I'm like, oh my gosh. Hey, Planet. I'm like, oh my gosh. Who wakes up? One. Yes. Who wakes up in the morning and think about going to their ex's grave just to pee on it? And all I could think about was, man, she stayed in his head for almost 48 years rent free. Like every morning for him to wake up. Oh, this is a guy. I don't, I think it's in Jersey somewhere. I think it's in Jersey somewhere. But he wakes up every morning and visit his ex-wife. Now, they got divorced in 1974. That's what, 48 years that they've been divorced. And he's still at it. She's been dead for almost 97. No, I'm sorry. 2000. No, it's 2017. So she's been dead for a while. And all he wakes up in the morning and he carries his new wife to her grave. And I'm like, what kind of special woman are you that you have to tag along with your husband to do this act to his ex-wife? And she's dead. She's gone. But who caught him was the lady's son. Who wakes up in the morning for that? I don't, y'all. I don't even like waking up in the morning to yell at my kids to brush their teeth and wash their face. I don't. I just don't have the energy. I'm like, I get on you in the car. It's too late then, right? But who? And he like when I saw like the video, it actually shows him not like doing the second part, but the urination because I guess he can just pull it down and they show the urinants, but they say that's worse. And all I can think about is like, wow, she must done or she had the last say in that relationship and he don't like it. So this is his only say. This is the only way that he can get peace. Like maybe she was one of those people that belittled him. I'm trying to understand why would somebody wake up early in the morning just to do this every morning. I want to know what type of person like, and she seemed like she might have been a sweet young lady. I don't know. I don't talk ill on the dead, but he must have nightmares about her. He must he must feel little to do this. Like he must felt little when she was alive. Like he felt like he was a loser. He must felt some type of way. So now he's like taking it out on her grave. But they say he's been doing it for months now. Like he's been coming to this lady's grave. And I was like, wow. Like, but be honest with you, I don't want that much hate. I don't want nobody hating me that much. And that after so many years, they find me at my resting ground and they want to take over. I don't know. But how do y'all feel about that? Like, don't y'all think that's crazy? Or maybe it's just something psychically wrong with him. And I always try to give people the benefit of the doubt because now certain things trigger people to a max. So you got to be careful. Like, sometimes you got to feel like, oh, you got to be a part of their suffrage to understand them somewhat. So you got to say, oh, I see why you did that. But either way, you don't go on somebody's resting grounds and release, You just don't do it. But I just thought it was kind of funny that this lady stayed in his head for almost 48 years. Like they've been divorced. She got a new life. She got more kids. He got a new wife. And every morning he wakes up before 5 o'clock. He don't use the bathroom and he released on her grave. It's just weird. It's very weird. Like that seemed like a promise that he had to keep to himself. But also, we're going to talk about the begging session. I just want to know, y'all. I see some of y'all are already YouTubers, and I know majority of my subscribers are YouTubers. Um, do y'all use y'all cash out for your man's birthday? Just let me know. I think that's weird and odd. But also, I was thinking about it. It was like, why would you need to have your cash app? If he has a cash app, unless he has, issues with banking and stuff like that, that he seems like he tells Jazz that all the time. But yeah, why he couldn't use his own cash app? I'm just very curious. Like, why would somebody hop on live? Now I know this happened on Saturday, or is it Saturday or Sunday when this happened, and I was like, why would you use yours? Why you can't use his? But then again, I thought about it. He knows that people don't like him like that. So when people don't like you, I feel like You know how to manipulate it. Jazz going to feel some type of way. Jazz didn't do this out of her own heart. She didn't say, "Oh, babe, let's put our cash out." She didn't do that. He did it. He saw the money. He saw the people that like Jazz and they'll do anything for Jazz. Just look at what people have done for him as the family. They bought majority of all his baby stuff. They always giving out money to like the oldest kids. They always sending stuff to them. He really thinks this is a freeload. He's not really have to work. And Jazz really put him on a non it's like he don't know reality now. We women or men don't just give out money just because it's your birthday. I mean, some people do, but be honest with you, our co-workers, and I always talk about this, like our co-workers in real life, it's like, oh, happy birthday. If they come together, they can buy you a cake or a card, but even maybe give you a gift card. But they don't give out money. Like real life people really don't just give out money. This is like a fantasy. YouTube is really became a fantasy. People really think, hey, let me drop my cash out and I'm gonna get money. Let me tell people, you know, people don't give out money like that. Money is hard. It's hard work to make real life money. And some of us that's listening probably have like a full time job. And trust me, $15 an hour is not money anymore. Heck, $27 is not money no more, which the price you're living is not. But it's just the fact that they don't know money. And I saw her post talking about, well, I'm happy for, we don't do this often. Of course, a lot of us do not just go to hotels and for the weekend. We really have to have a reason why. If you're married, anniversary, maybe a birthday, or we're going to visit family. And normal people do not just go out on vacation that has responsibilities. We just don't. And even though some of us still don't do that during our birthdays, there's plenty of people I know that have anniversary right in the neighborhood. Like, oh, we're just going to go to Crackle Barrel. My parents are Crackle Barrel. They getting old, y'all. So they will basically go to Crackle Barrel for their anniversary. And I'm like, ew, can't go nowhere else. But it is just the idea. Your birthday was a week. It was like that weekend. You could have celebrated on that previous weekend when you didn't have your kids. Y'all could went somewhere and order out if y'all didn't want to clean, you didn't want to smell the house. You could just easily have done something just you and him. You didn't even have to vlog it because we will say what we think always. We'll say that it wasn't great, or we'll say that, yeah, you bought it or you paid for it. But it could just been you and him. You didn't have to wait for him, and his homeboy's birthday so he can feel special. He can feel like he's balling. But one thing I took out of these videos, of all her videos, hello, and Judy, I'm not ignoring you. I see you. Thank you for commenting. But it's just the fact that you try your best to please people, and you can't please us and please him. And we see that now. Look at all the breaking stuff that you have to go through. You look at like what I'll pass. So I'm sorry, y'all. I'm sorry, y'all. Hold on. Okay, good. But hey, brown sugar. But you could have did something stylish, something more than just going to a hotel, going to the hookah, going to get wings 17, 18,000 times. You could literally just had you and him time. And we was, you recorded it, we was seeing it. Well, it's true. You're very right. He didn't buy her nothing, and if he did, she would have been. I'll be honest with you. Hotels is not a thing for you getting excited about. Getaways, um, getting away overnight, going out to dinner. That is exciting. That is part of, being a grown up. That gave me high school vibes. Like, hey, this is our first time going to a hotel. Like, after prom, we get excited about hotels after the prom. And we eat and we drink because we don't supposed to be doing it. That's stuff that we are grown, we can do. So drinking and getting tipsy is like, ugh. Show me a good time. Take me to a movie. How I like to tell guys now, like, take me to a picture show. Take me to dinner, dancing. And even if it's not a club vibe, let's go sit at a jazz and listen to poetry. That is something you never have done. You never experienced. Go to a play. You didn't have to go into a hookah because both of y'all are uneducated. And not trying to say they're not smart. I'm just saying they only think of what is TikTok is doing. They're not growing up. Nobody, I'll be honest with you. It's all grand if, we're doing grown up things in a hotel. I'm not going to record that. But y'all didn't even eat like a couple. Y'all was sitting on the bed. Like y'all, not trying to be graphic, but people's bodies on that. You don't know how clean those sheets and comforters are. Hey, hey, Miss Queen. Just be an adult. I'm wondering, did she move his birthday up? Last time she posted everything October on the real. I think well, I will say this. It does seem like from the first time he had his birthday versus when Caitlin had her birthday, that first year when he had it, it was about 2-3 weeks. She laid that $80 down. Caitlin said that she wanted a vanity. But she had vanity money about 2-3 weeks before, that little girl's birthday. So to me, yeah, I'm going to say I think his birthday was, but you know how she likes to do vlogging, trying to make the vlogging stretch out, but she just basically put clips together everywhere she goes. So her vlogs are very up and down. And also I wanted to say this with that third video, the third. Okay, so when you sage your house, don't you supposed to have like bad energy? Like, does saging your house actually help with energy? Because didn't Monday she saged her house on Sunday, or was it Monday that she saged it because the kids was coming back? And Monday night she was on live telling Chrissy's business. Y'all peep that? Did y'all peep the saging the house? And then did y'all peep that? But I did peep that he went in the boys' room and Jazz tried to go in the girls' room with that. But I'm like, girl, stop. Do you even know the backstory of Sajin? Like, do anybody know the backstory of Sajin? You have to go into a place trying to get bad energy help. I don't know. It's a process. Okay. Okay. I just want to make sure that and I think it's a process of, you know, doing certain steps. And I just think, Nipsey Hussle used to sage his house, and Chris told her, said, "Hey, yeah, we need to sage this house. You need to sage the house when you got into the house 2 years ago, almost 2 years now." Okay. Yeah. Yeah, I'm just. I knew it's a certain, yeah, like you have to, but he didn't open the windows. He opened them later. And I was like, "Oh, it's already done. I don't know what you're doing." I don't sage. I'm assuming that you'll have to do that when you move into a house, not when you already lived in it. King Mike, leave those two alone. Yeah, leave those two alone, King Mike. They don't know better. Hey Bella, how you doing? Okay. See, I don't even know. I know my horoscope, but I don't know nothing else other than a Cancer. Okay. But you don't just do it when you've been in there forever. But yeah, I was just talking about what woman sends her go on live and for a man. I was trying to look to see if anybody else did it, like any other people you have live birthdays and their man, and they're the YouTuber. They're the YouTuber. He's not the YouTuber. Well, you know what? That's the reason why she's stagnant. I'm stagnant too. I'm not trying to be funny. You have to always come up with some. You always have to come up with something. You can't just always take. And also, you can't copy. Like being in this sector, it seems like a lot of times everybody's saying the exact same thing. It's not like they're copying, but they have similar ideas. They have similar mindsets. So you have to stay off of other reactors channels that sometimes, even though some of them are your favorite, but y'all have can't you have similar likings and you have similar understanding. So it's kind of hard to do this without sounding like you're copying like 5,000 people. Definitely with this lady. Or everybody just got more common sense than she does. And I'll just take it as that. I'm gonna say this. I'm gonna say this. I give the birthday live a for awkward because that was awkward as hell. Rochelle, a lot of people are starting to do that. It's not just her now. It's like y'all won't believe me. There's like so many people. They get on here, they get a camera, and baby, they go ham. They was like, if you're not going to give me my money, it seems like I said before, some things that these people are doing on YouTube now, it's like what people do on Bigo. You get them, yeah, Bella. I can see reaching out for illnesses, and like if, for example, we have a hurricane coming, and on the East Coast, not where I'm at. I don't know, but I don't know anybody knows. weather is very unpredictable. It might jump from Florida and hop on the North Carolina coastline, and might hit one area worse than another that's in the middle of the state. So be honest with you, you constantly have to know that there is some type of shift in the atmosphere sometimes. So I can understand that. But just to be like, I love my haters. I love y'all. I love this girl. See, I love her. Put some money in the cash out, please. And then you want to be cocky and say, I didn't ask her to do this. Yes, you did, do. You did. Well, it's because she I'm gonna tell you reason why she loves Chris more than her kids, because Chris can reach somewhere in her between her legs that those kids can't, because that's her only identity is sex. And y'all, if y'all didn't hear, even in that live, I at one point I felt bad for her, because when he asked, he said she read, y'all, tell Chris to give you a birthday kiss. She read that. Now, be honest with you, if me and my man, I know, I don't need to show y'all. Y'all get what I'm saying? Like, women, we don't need to show y'all what we do. You will know after 9 months. You will know that I'm happy, because we get a little bit happy. You're not grouchy. Like, we come up here one day, we mad as ever, and next minute we calling y'all sugar pie, honey bun. You know what happened. But Jazz, her only happiness is that little box. That little box. And she's like, no, I want to kiss you on the lips. And I was like, oh my gosh, baby, don't do that. Don't do that. And when he lift up he did his body, like he ran his body away from her, and then said, yeah, come here, baby. Because he knew he had to play. He had to play that game. And we're not making this up. We're not making fun of her. This is her real life. Yeah, okay. And you know what? I don't know. Can I just call you one? Because I see a one. Quada. Oh, girl, don't charge it to your heart. I don't know how to pronounce your name. But it's an ad. That is unliving yourself, depression. That's an ad, girl. Anybody, real women. I will say I'm a real woman. Men do not cure depression. Men don't cure depression. You have to find what's deeply inside of you. Hey, vitamin C and do better. Hey, I'm gonna read your comment in a minute, okay? Do better, not do better, but you have to find what's inside of you, because Chris is not what's inside of her, and we see it. She looks down. That birthday, he have nothing to do with her, and we knew it. It was just how she sat beside him, how she sat beside him, and it was like, wow, like he don't like you like that. When he told you, babe, can I sit next to you? He said no. That, and then you move your little happy butt over there. No, I want you to be happy single. But when she talks about, when she was like, baby, he can give me a baby if I ask him to. He can give me a baby. Girl, you sound slow. And it's not even funny anymore. She sounds slow. You didn't say that last night. Why you have to bring that up? Why you have to bring your pillow talk to the YouTube? We know men say things they don't really mean. Y'all get what I'm saying? Like, we know. You a woman, you know that man. He's somewhere else in the atmosphere. He's not with you. He don't connect with you. He just tell you anything. She don't know that. So when she gets on here, she said, Chris wants the baby. Chris wants the baby doo-doos. Look at him. If he wanted the baby, would he be holding the baby? No, if he really wanted that baby, you wouldn't be on here asking for car seats and subliminal messages. That's what you wouldn't been doing. Go back up. When she kissed Chris, eyes closed and a bliss. Oh, she had like, do better. She had like she was in a Disney movie. The bitch, Lord, I ain't even go to church this week. I haven't been to church in a long time. She got me over here cussing Monica. Oh, might as well say it. The bitch thought she was Cinderella. Oh, Tiara, Prince, the Princess and the Frog. Y'all cutting it up. She thought she was Cinderella for a minute. Who hated on these people? Nobody want them. You're right. Nobody do not want them. You are very much right. Men, children, nothing can cure, especially you doing the work and getting help. You're right. And she don't want to do well. I'm sick of her always thinking about a baby. Yes. Yes, it's like sickening. It is very sickening. Hey, how are you doing? I haven't seen you in forever, Saren. I hope you're doing well. I really praying that everything comes through, darling. But yeah, children is y'all. If y'all ever have kids, like y'all ever have kids, they're not the greatest thing in the world, y'all. I'm not trying to say kids are not a blessing, but they're not the greatest thing in the world. I don't know whoever said having kids is a great thing. I understand having children is showing the world of your legacy, passing on legacy. I understand that. But just to have them? Oh no. Mine is always oopsie daisies. I ain't even gonna lie. I tell them in their face, it wasn't planned. It was oopsie daisy. It was a cold, rainy night. That's all they need to know. But be honest with you, I just could never be one of those type that have kids like that. You can tell you can tell I don't care for being constantly pregnant and constantly having babies, because all my kids are like 7 years apart. I love them to pieces. I love my cousins. I love children that I encounter with, but they're not the greatest thing that keeps a relationship. And that's something sometimes it can hinder a relationship, and she don't realize that. Obviously she had 4 kids she had 3 pregnancies, 4 kids with a man that did not want her after he got locked up. That says a lot. Okay, I am behind on these messages. She's absolutely does not know her worth. She can't even identify the value. Very true. no content, and she's having a baby already. I mean, people feel bad for her, but she is receiving the same amount of affection and love from Chris that she gives to her kids. Good for her. Yes, very much. I wonder if Medusa daughter sees Jazz videos and comments to her mother like, he's over there playing daddy, not here. You know what? I'm gonna say this. I personally feel like Medusa probably keep her daughter comfortable and a little bit more secure that she don't notice her father. And if he's there, she don't miss him, and she don't miss him, and she don't expect much from him. Because be honest with you, how he came across with the car seat, y'all, he seems like that guy. And anybody who has children that doesn't have a father in the home, you just gotta make do. You have to make do what you got. She That's what I had thought she was Cinderella, but she was right. Give me a baby for what? Yes, and it's not even a toy. That's the worst part about it. I'm going to say this. I'm going to say this with the egg comment. We all know that children ask for food when they see it, and my kid's the only one. Would they just tell my mother walk in the door with food? Let's say, you have a kid and your mother walks over with some food and she just got enough for herself, and your kids just ate. Like, they got the evidence right at the table. They got a McDonald's box. They got whatever box. They even got a plate full of food. And they'll go to your parents because they got some fresh, hot food. They're going to say, hey, I'm hungry. You didn't feed this baby? Yeah, they got the food right there. But Jazz, her kids kind of tell on her. They probably tell her some stuff like, no, that was your plate, because I really believe that Jazz don't really feed them. Or if she feeds them, is very little. And because she don't have, how can I say this? What she went through as a kid, her kids have to go through it. And that's how I'm really starting to feel about her. Like, if her kids were stuck in a room and they had to play and they had to all clean up she had to feel like she had to clean up behind her sister, her brother. That's what she's making her kids do. I feel like that. I just, she don't seem like the type that says, hey, I want my kids to do better. Now, I think I require a little bit more for my teenager to do stuff around the house. But do I understand that she gets tired? Yes, she does. She should. She has school. But in the summertime, or, yeah, you can help out a little bit. You can wipe down a wall that you see something's on it. You can wipe it down. I shouldn't have to tell you. But I do not use food for punishment. I don't tell them you can get something after you clean up the room, and hopefully they forget, because that's exactly what she's doing. Well, let them go and clean up the room and they can forget that they're hungry, because they're 5. They're going to eventually go in there, pick up something, and then they play. They're going to forget. That's what she's hoping, but they're actually hungry. But y'all, I'm gonna tell y'all, those eggs took me out. When she made those eggs that morning, I'm petty. I know. You like, girl, you petty. Yes. Girl, who taught Jazz how to cook? Do we need garlic and eggs? And the reason why I said that, the only person I seen that you had garlic and eggs was Chrissy. Chrissy did make some eggs, and she diced up some real garlic and threw it in the eggs, and I said, oh, interesting. Maybe she knows what. Jazz Rush. To be honest with you, she is saying one to put Eggos in the microwave. She rushed. So those kids, when you see those spreads and stuff like that, that's a treat for those kids. I feel like I overfeed my children. I really do. When I see Jazz make her kids school lunches, I feel like I overfeed them. Like somebody had wrote in my comment, they was like, don't you think that's just too much food for a kid? Like, no, this is literally will last me a month. Anyway, my kids have two types of snacks. They have school snacks, they have to pack their lunch, and they have home snacks. And that saved my grocery bill a lot of money because my kids can eat. I let them eat. If I don't let them eat, the food gonna go bad. That's how I look at it. But Jazz only likes that food for herself. She don't make those food for her kids. Y'all, we seen her plenty of times. Her and Chris, they were AKA prep meals. And I'm like, that's a whole meal for the kids. The kids can need that. They need some brown rice. They don't need Ronies. What the hell is Ronies anyway? I wouldn't feed that to my kids. You give your kids Ronies, mashed potatoes, all that sugar stuff. And you wonder why they stay sick. I'm not a full 100 homemade what's her name? Davis. I'm not one of those. Hey, but I at least know to go at least on Sunday. Cook a full meal on Sunday. Well, today I think it's National Pancake Day, so I'm gonna go home, whip up some pancakes, and say, "Hey, Pancake Day!" Something easy, queasy, queasy. And for that little girl to eat all those eggs, well, I don't know if she ate them all, but for her to cook those eggs and just like breakfast number two, I feel like they really do probably only eat good when they're with their dad. There's my husband. Yeah, I believe it. Okay, I really believe it. I love the fact that the kiddos. I like the fact that they can go in there and grab what they want, and they know the consequences. If they eat all their good snacks, they're not gonna get no more. But literally, Jazz will separate those fruit snacks for maybe separate two and give each little kid about two or three. Talking about that's a dub. Yeah, yeah. Sundays, Like my Sundays is typically I always try to make. This year I'm hosting Christmas, so I have to learn how to make greens. So Sunday is my way to practice on my greens. Cause y'all don't want to be like me opening glory greens on Christmas. Who wants glory greens on Christmas? Somebody might say that's junk is good. That's good. But it's all in good when it's the real thing. For 4 children, she should make 6 eggs, and that's enough for them. And yes, 6 eggs. And you know what? And why did eggs get so expensive? Like I get the brown cageless eggs, was it cage free eggs, and they're like $6 for 18. I'm like, when y'all used to be like nobody wasn't buying you. They was like dirt cheap once upon a time. And you know what? With her, like now it explains like she used to say the kids used to go in the cabinets and just eat up all the food, like when she was sleeping stuff. That's what caused. I feel like, and y'all ever watched the show called 600 Pound Life? You hear people talk about that. You hear them talk about, well, my mom used to like lock up all the cabinets doors, and we was hungry, so that's what caused them to be gluttony as an adult. Hey Alexa, no, not Alexis. Hi. She feeds Chris kids grand meals, chicken wings, and yes, it doesn't cost her nothing. She gets food stamps. Even if she did not get food stamps, just say that you making a big bag, because that's what she said. If you're making a big bag and you using real money, that's how you can tell when people still use food stamps to buy the stuff they buy. But when you have to purchase real food, you don't buy things for one meal. You don't go to the store for 1 or 2 days out of the week because you say you like going to the store. No, you see something on sale. You see noodles, like spaghetti noodles, 4 for $5. That's a deal, okay? You see them 4 for $5, and you pick up about 10 boxes, or you pick up 8 boxes for $10, and you know for sure that you going to, if you need, you have spaghetti like twice a week. Yeah, everything is going up high, and it's sad. And you know what, Keisha, I feel like I feel like that freezer barely gets touched. I feel like it. Because be honest with you, with food stamps, no food stamps. When I was a mother of one and I had food stamps, and I bought me a deep freezer for me and her because I knew that I only like certain things, and my refrigerator freezer did not fit all of it. I got me a deep freezer. I sure did. And she don't look like the type that because she still buys like a small pack. Like I would assume that you can buy a family pack of Eggos, or a family pack of waffles. She still buys like a pack of 8. And I'm like, why? She's not going to shop at Costco's because Chris don't want to shop at Costco's. I'm assuming that's the biggest reason. He don't have much common sense, intelligence, because most men would say, "Hey, after you see Peach and Wood, you were like, yeah, I can see us spending, $500 on groceries and snacks." Yeah, her kids did it for they was hungry. This kids shouldn't. But it's funny how she'll say, "We don't have anything." That is a way of getting more cash outs. Was it cash outs? Shoot, I shop in boats, and that's the best way. Y'all remember when the twins? Oh no, not yes. No, I remember. I remember her sitting on live, and this is something I was like, "Ugh, this is so effing disgusting." So she's sitting on live, and she bought each kid, the twins, a banana bread from Starbucks, and she split it. So we commonly since seen Aiden stuff that whole piece in his mouth. Then he went over to his sisters. His sisters didn't eat it fast enough. So he wanted to grab it, but she stopped him. And he's had a fit. And she said, "They just ate." Girl, they did not just eat. You gave them that so you didn't have to share. And that's the stuff that we seen. We seen that she was eating like certain foods. And be honest with you, and if y'all are a Chrissy fan, it is what it is. I'm nothing against nobody. Um, it's nothing against anybody. But Chrissy done it, and she had a better way of doing it. Her kids was probably, be honest with you, probably sleep. Chrissy would go out and eat Starbucks, and we don't know her kids' hunger situation because Chrissy never showed it to us. She never showed us her kids fighting over food. She never showed us that her kids is like, "No, you just want to eat up all the food." There's plenty of shortings that she said, "Hey, Caitlin, go give me the wings and the potatoes." We never seen that with Chrissy. So I don't know, but I did see that Chrissy would eat different from her children. But she won't do it in their face. She won't eat a different meal. We did see it. She'll say, "Hey, my kids already ate so and so. I didn't want that." You know, we seen it. But it's like she wanted to do it, but she did it totally different than Chrissy. Chrissy would never have done, half the stuff that she did. Miss Keisha, she could take that broken down mountaineer to fill up her house. Okay. That wagon. If I ain't have anything, I will load up that wagon. You remember that wagon she used to pull those kids with? Take that wagon up to the Sam's and, pull it. She just don't. If it's not given to her, she don't want to do it. She needed somebody to sponsor her a Sam's Club card. But I'm gonna tell you something. This is how I feel. Jazz, do infomercials. I don't know if you remember infomercials, but I know that they was bringing in a lot of money doing infomercials. Just have your kids with their hair nappy like you typically do. It's nothing wrong. Have them their hair not brushed, a dirty shirt because you typically have that, or and just have them with that angel song, "You Are the Angels," that and just say 32 cents a day can feed a family of four, and your money will go up. That's all she needs. I know I would. That sounds like a deal. Those little African kids. I when I look at some of the stories of like churches that did that, they made money. PT, what is it? What was that church? I seen the movie. Praise the Lord. Praise the PTL is a church that they got like they have like fraud and stuff, scandals and stuff. And they was like, send us money for a prayer and $500 prayer. That's all you need, Jazz. That's all you need. Trust me. If times get hard, if chicken wings go up another $4, it'll be $8.75 a pound. I'm doing it. Yes, me and English. He's going to be up there with his ashy knees, and $1 a day feeds a family of two. Because y'all, there's no way you're dry begging and you're not getting nowhere. You know what, Miss Keisha? I'm gonna be naughty right now. Anybody who can't walk through the grocery store for one grocery session, I ain't taking no type of advice from her. Mom dude sits everywhere. I wonder if she sits down. Oh, never mind. That's just too that I just got never mind. I'll leave that alone. Mom dude sits down everything she does, okay? She need to lay on her stomach to give her ass a break. No. Let me stop. Let me stop. See how much I'll be watching Madea movies. And you die, you gonna lay on your stomach to give your ass a break. Seriously, I don't be thinking nothing wrong with Mama Dukes. Mama Dukes look like the type that she walks through the store. If there's no buggy, she walks through the store to tell on somebody. Like, she don't need that cart. She look like she be like looking for the people to come out. She goes back in her car, wait for the people to come out with the cart and get the cart. Oh, I couldn't do it. And those cars be so nasty. I'm just ramming y'all. She's trying her best, but things do not go together. Oh gosh. I think her mother has shots in her leg. I think she has something, but I think it makes it worse when you don't work out that muscle. Well, I think my cousin, he has steroids in his legs, and he had to work. Is that he said if you sit on them too long, they get stiff. So, nah, I just think Mom Deuce is just lazy, y'all. I ain't even gonna lie to you. I think she's lazy. I don't care what you say. Well, if you sitting down all day cooking, your food ain't gonna be appetizing. You can't look at it. You sitting down cooking. You know how y'all we cook and we look at it and we say, "Oh no, baby, you too bland." She's trying to be like Chrissy, but a bad version of Chrissy. That's the problem. She's trying to be like Chrissy, but a very bad version. Or also probably that she knows Did you remember how they was telling each other secrets the other last week? What she sees is okay because the YouTube streets don't see it. So then she can go back and say, hey, Chrissy left her kids at home. But Chrissy's daughter was about 10 or 11. It's okay. To an extent, it is okay. Um, but at the same time, you left Caitlin at the house by herself. You left Caitlin at the house by herself. That's a totally difference. And she had babies. You left Caitlin at the house when you was like, they're sleeping in the back. And then Chris had to go in the house and woke them up. Yeah, that sounds totally different. We don't see that side of Chrissy. Girl, she ain't no Dollar General. She's more like a She ain't no Dollar General. She's like that mom and pop store that's been already canceled. Like the store is no longer exists. Yeah, she's one of those. She's like the five and dime stores, not Family Dollar, not a Dollar General. Nope. Mm-mm. She's like the Kmart in '94. No, Chrissy's the Walmart. You know, Jazz still on top. Even with that new girl with the 10 kids, Jazz is still neck to neck with her. I don't care what y'all think. She's still neck to neck with her with me. Hole in the wall. Yeah, you're right. And BK, did you see it was I think how I had pointed out to the Erics. I don't know if you watched her. But there was that time after 12/6, her mom bought her food and they was eating chicken wings. And she was like, she made this whole pan of chicken wings and some sugar rice and corn, I think. Yeah. Because I remember the meal because it's Lala talked about it. So basically, she's like, hey, do you want some? And he's like, mm-mm. So he defrosted some chicken thighs. While this lady has some chicken wings cooking in the air fryer, how she cooked it, that's none of my business. But and he's over there cooking something totally different right after 12/6. Like they could not, like her cooking was not good enough for him. You know why she did that? I'm gonna say this. She did that because Philip will always come through. Philip parents will always come through. That's the reason why. She didn't have a place. I will assume that Philip mom came through. That's how it is with Christmas. Philip mom, sister comes through. That's the reason why when back to school, I think back to school is I feel like it's a love and hate relationship. All right, now I have to get ready to wake up early, get these kids up early, but they're going to be out of my house. My house could at least stay clean for about 4 days before they tear it up. But it's like a love and hate thing, right? So eventually you start getting ready around July. If your kids go to school in August, I get ready in July or maybe in June. But she don't get ready until the last minute. And what she grab is Nonsense. A book bag and lunchbox. We're grabbing 500 packs of paper, 20 cases of crayons. Even though our kids don't even need crayons, it's just a good deal because we see it for 50 cents, okay? Don't blame me. We buy them pencils that we can't find on the first day of school. Yes, they play in it. Pens. Oh, you need this calculator? We buy it because we're excited they're going to school. All right. Jazz, on the other hand, is not. She's like, I'm gonna miss my babies. I'm gonna miss my babies. And then you don't buy nothing. Well, you know what? And I was sitting there one day, I was like looking at like, and this is no shade to nobody. I do not make fun of losing children because that's never a funny thing. Um, but I just looked at it like Chrissy lost her son. And due to the fact that, somewhere there was a dishonest on somebody's behalf. All right. Even if he said it was okay, then he went back to the courts and said, hey, she took my child out of the state without my consent, or she just did it without it. There's consequences for everything we do. All right. Olivia, if she wasn't taking her kids to school or she was really being vindictive, and the judge is like, oh, you know what? I see through you. He gets full custody. I understand that. But Jazz, who's going to take her kids? Who's going to fight enough for her kids? I don't see Philip doing it. Not saying that he wouldn't do it, but I don't see it. I don't see. Hell, his family didn't even come and take the kids for a weekend. I don't see it. So Jazz is probably wanting somebody to take her kids. And be honest with you, I think she did. And she was hoping somebody would take those kids. At the end of the not trying to be funny, but she was probably hoping somebody would. And the best way to do it is tell people that you're depressed and you go seek therapy and talk about how you're going to hurt yourself. Yeah, you have a high chance of doing that. And a lot of people don't know how seriously people take you. So she keeps on, yelling, I'm depressed. I just want to hurt myself. Girl, stop. Girl, stop. Girl, I wouldn't even want to look at that house. Looking at Jazz's house gives me pink eye. Ooh, it just thinking about looking at her house gives me pink eye. And to be honest with you, I think it's the dog that does it for me. That dog sitting in that room, that does it for me. And of course, the diaper genie that gets changed every Tuesday. Who has oh, he has 2 in foster care. Oh, I didn't know that. Yeah, we kind of figured that. Well, I'll be honest with you. Sometimes people think it's cute to be having a lot of kids, and it's never cute. That's never cute. Never at all. Is that cute? That's never cute. But definitely, definitely, if you have to convince this man or convince the world that he said that he was going to
have another baby with you.
Oh, y'all, I've been here for an hour. It was nice chatting with all of y'all. Well, you know what? Again, sometimes some people think they have it worse when they was a kid, so they're going to automatically do it to their children. Jazz seemed like the type that she thought everybody was attacking her. She still does it today. Like the fighting. Like, Chrissy, you want to fight? You want to fight? What was that cartoon? Where she said, we can fight. I can meet you at ATB. She sounds just like that little cartoon. It's a cartoon. It's like a Looney Tunes. He always wanted to fight, but he always fought that shabby guy, the shabby dog with the hair over his eyes. Was he a kangaroo? Well, he always wanted to fight somebody. That's what she remind me of. Chris don't have a job. He was trying to convince himself on that birthday live. Again, I give it an A for effort. Awkwardness. It wasn't effort. It was awkward. He was like sitting there trying. He was like, I was just telling babe, it's nice to go to come home from work. He was convincing. He was trying to convince himself he had a job. I don't know if y'all peeped that. But I just telling baby it's nice to come home from work, even if it's long and it pays a lot of stuff. Yeah, I can't make this up, but he did say that. What you mean a lot of stuff? Are you 7? You mean bills? Hey Tay, did you mean bills? Not. Y'all, I'm gonna be here for another hour just laughing at that. You mean bills? We're grown. He talked like a 7-year-old. I go to work and I pay a lot of stuff around here. What? So it was like he was trying to choke up her saying, babe, you really want to say, babe, it's nice for a woman to just allow me to stay here all day, use up all the gas, and eat all the chicken wings. Like, we don't even have to share with the kids. Or we do, we just give them the tips. They're happy with the tips, okay? You know, if you tell Jazz that chicken feet is better for her kids than chicken wings, I bet you she'll cook them. Yeah, Jazz look like the type she'll cook chicken feet and tell her kids it's the same thing as chicken wings. No, that's genes. See, that's the reason why you're supposed to be careful of taking your classes. Biology told us. You ever took a biology class? They broke that down for us. They gave us a circle. Well, it was like a little box, and they showed you how our genes get passed to the children. You know, and they show us how genes get passed. And if your head is shaped funny, his head is shaped funny, boom, your baby's going to have a shaped funny head. I didn't see it. Now I see where the ears is laying down on the head, because Chris got ears laying down on the head. Y'all, no, nothing wrong with that baby. We making fun of him. We saying that she's neglecting. That baby had that hair in no time. It was just like she couldn't mold it fast enough because that baby's head shoot it out. weird. And we ain't making fun of the baby here. We making fun of people making babies and don't pay attention to their genes. Her genes is not right, and his genes wasn't right. Definitely not in the head area. You know what? Not too tired of hoop. Hooping is his life. That's his life. That's like that's that cousin that still want to rap and still talk about he going to the studio and he's afraid of even walking in a studio. That's what Chris gives me. He's afraid of even talking to somebody playing ball. He just sit in the car. He look like the type to sit in the car and get up a sweat and give us a you know, and also if she had to pay for it, and I'm not saying that she didn't, but it makes sense that she had to pay for it because that'd be more like a cosmetic surgery than a health surgery, like a procedure. So if she had to pay for it, that would have been more like what is that called? What is that called? I just said it, a cosmetic. It'd be more like a cosmetic. Like braces is not covered by Medicaid. So it'd be more like it's a cosmetic issue, not a factor. It's not going to like kill you or anything like that. Oh, if he is working at a YMC, he is mopping the floors. That's a hard job. Yeah, he is mopping the floors. He's stripping the floors. And if he's working, they got a certain time they have to do it. So, be honest with you, that has a certain time. So they have to sit down, they have to drink, they have to look at that YouTube, but they got to strip those floors and give it enough time to dry, and then they can leave. He was in Colony, was it Colony Loop, where his truck got repo? I don't know. I don't know. And it's nothing wrong with those jobs. We need those jobs. There's nothing, I'm never going to make fun of anybody because some of these people I like to say the cafeteria people and the maintenance people, they're the sweetest people in real life. But that's the only, do y'all think he's a type that be like at Amazon overnight? Do he seem like the type that he would do an Amazon job overnight? No. No, Wood is I once called him a kept man, but Wood is not a stupid one. Did he just get that content house as his own? Is that his apartment? I don't be on Peach situation that much because her stuff scares me. She kind of scares me. Yeah, he looked like the type of person that buffs floors. And there's nothing wrong with that. Because when he walks now, he got that bounce, like he's been buffing for. Let me stop. Jazz gonna be thinking somebody want her man over here. I'm like, girl, stop. Well, he do got that, when you doing something constantly, but when you buffing floors, you going up and down with your body and stuff. He got that walk. We seen it the whole time. And I want to ask y'all, have y'all seen how he packed the bags? Did y'all see how y'all see how they packed their overnight bags, y'all? I'm like, boy, y'all act like y'all 7 years old going away for the weekend at a friend's house. Yes. That's the reason that is a buffer bounce, like, because he bounced. All he need is a 7 2. You need a 82 piece, a wig, a lace front. You won't know that is a big mama right there. See, you I couldn't stand not him. Let me ask y'all a question. Would y'all be embarrassed if son was like charged with that and you had to shut down everything? Did you think she shut it down because of embarrassment or just to save face? I think she shut it down for embarrassment. Cause I'll be pretty upset. And definitely, I don't know. And people was like, why she with her son on her son's side and that's her grandson? Y'all, I don't know a mother's love yet like that. That has to be hard. Her grandson and her son. Oh, okay. So she could at least kept some. Like I feel, and y'all, when y'all talk about work now, I feel like Philip don't work either. He's giving me he don't work vibes. Mm-mm. When he went to church with that wrinkled shirt on, I could just tell he's not used to looking presentable. Mm-mm. Okay. See, I thought it was her choice, but shoot, I'm not sure. See, money is greedy. Oh my gosh. Can you imagine? You literally have just like looking at his situation, like you can always say, man, I wish I had it like you. But just for him to be like well off with his mama, I don't think he worked there no more. I don't know. I don't think he worked there anymore. But for him to have like his own show, he like had some type of rights for the show. He worked along his family, like even we all have family and stuff like that, but just to work along my mother and my nieces or my cousins, that's a blessing. And your family, y'all, for him to just want to have just to be the next in line, like if his mama dies, I get it all. I don't have to share it with nobody. Ooh, that's dangerous. Like now everybody's looking at, Sweetie Pie, like she might be the one that, caused it. It gotta be. And I don't even think Tim was that good looking, but he he wasn't that good looking for me to be crying over for him. I'm just saying. So I think everybody around him liked money. Everybody. And that's the only thing they knew. Like she didn't see it, BK. She didn't see it. I seen it. Well, one thing I try not to judge nobody's children, but one thing I seen was the kids' clothes, and I was like, come on now. Now I'm not expecting y'all to do much, but do something. And I'm not making fun of nobody, but she seemed like another Jazz, y'all. I'm not even gonna lie to you. She seemed like a very much another Jazz to me. He won. He won. Like she looks like he can say, "Bitch, I'm going to the moon," and she tells him, "Okay, baby, be safe." He looks like she looks like the type that he can tell her that. It was the wrinkled shirt and the glasses that stole it. I'm like, boy, you can't be cool and wrinkled. Oh, but how old was he? Wasn't he like a teenager? Like his older brother was like in his 20s. He was like barely 14 when he passed. I mean, maybe Austin has zero men per ratio of women. Shoot. Zero men. Well, that's a good thing. I mean, I never heard Jazz talking about, well, let me stop. When they was going through food stamps, she talked about going to church. Yes, I remember when she got that house, and she was scared about, she talked about she had to get her faith. Yeah, yeah, but yeah, I've been on here for a half an hour and a half. I need to go. It was nice. I might hop on here tonight if I see another crazy story, like the man peeing on his ex-wife's grave. That took me out today. I think she started dating. He was in prison because he moved in. They went to church, but her mom cooked, and I could see, I could see that. But they also went to that church event for the camping. So yeah, so they had, like, I guess they felt obligated to go to church that next morning because, hey, they basically had a free thing for the kids, and that was camping. Well, Jazz is not going to do that. Hey, Lisa. I hope you catch the replay because I'm about to get off. And thank you for joining. Y'all been a delight. I just want to tell everybody that's on here, y'all been a very much delight. Even though I wanted to quit YouTube because I felt like I was boring. I am boring, y'all. I ain't gonna lie. I'm like, yeah, my channel's a shit. Your channel is boring as hell. But I know I'm boring. But thank y'all for joining and allowing me to be Elizabeth all day, every day. Thank y'all. As a single, girl, you never lied. Okay. Okay. When a man tells me he got, ooh, how many kids you got? Girl, my ovaries will itch. I ain't even gonna lie to you. My ovaries gonna start itching. That is just He's too fertile. He's too fertile. You get away from me, Satan. Get away. But y'all have a lovely evening, and I'll catch y'all on the flip side. Bye.